When Madubuike missed the first practice leading up to this Lions game, I just thought, it ain't no big deal. He got a neck injury, but he probably saw something like that from that Browns game. It was a really physical matchup. But then he missed another practice and another practice and another practice. And then when we heard John Harbaugh speak on Saturday, that let us know it's a lot more serious than we thought.
Right, I really can't share any details on the injury itself, but it's something that they're looking at. You know, he came up with some symptoms after the game. Nothing specific in the game where we saw it actually happen, but they're dealing with the symptoms and they're testing right now, so he will be ruled out for this game, and they're going to try to get to the bottom of it.
So nothing about what John Harbaugh said about Nnamdi Madubuike sounded good at all. Nothing sounded promising at all. Normally with John Harbaugh, he'll let us know from jump, it's not serious. He'll be back. It's not a season-ending injury, but he didn't do any of those three things. In fact, Jeff Rebick reported, he said that Harbaugh made it clear that the Baltimore Ravens and Madubuike are still determining the next course of action, but anytime you hear neck injury and further tests, it's obviously concerning. Madubuike would be pretty high on the list of guys the Ravens can least afford to lose long term. And then he also said the following: asked if Madubuike is an injury reserve situation, Harbaugh said, "I can't really comment on it right now. I don't know enough to say." So that's what makes this whole thing that much more scarier. There's so much unknown. And when it's unknown from John Harbaugh, that's never, ever a good thing. The last time I remember an injury being very, very unknown when it came to John Harbaugh was Lamar Jackson, and then we never saw him for the rest of that season. So with Nnamdi Madubuike, I don't really have high hopes on what this could mean. I'm not very confident that this injury is not serious. It sounds really, really bad. It sounds really, really scary. Hopefully we can all come back to this in a week or two or something like that, and it could be like, he ended up being just fine. He ended up being straight. We was all worrying for nothing, but it ain't looking like it's going to be that way. Another strange ordeal for the Baltimore Ravens right now is everything surrounding Keaton Mitchell and the fact that he's been inactive for these past 2 games. I mean, we as Ravens fans were super excited to have him back, and it seemed like the Baltimore Ravens as a team, they were super excited that he was going to be back. But he just obviously hasn't been involved yet. But John Harbaugh did touch on it on Saturday's press conference. Let's hear what he had to say. He said, we just don't have the spot right now. In some ways, that's a good problem to have, but I would much rather see him out there and see him active. And Harbaugh also said Rasheen Ali's work on special teams tips the scales in his favor. So that's been very, very interesting. And I think, again, it's been highlighted more since Justice Hill. He ain't been having the best start to the season. It's just been 2 games. That's it. But he ain't been having the best start to the season. So a lot of Ravens fans are noticing, like, hey, what if Keaton Mitchell was in his spot? Or what if Keaton Mitchell just got a couple touches per game? It ain't even had to be nothing crazy. But just to see him out there, how explosive he is, how dangerous he is, we just want to see him on the field. But, again, something that we talked about that does work and go in John Harbaugh's favor is the fact that, hey, last week the Baltimore Ravens scored 41. The week before, the Baltimore Ravens scored 40, and there was no Keaton Mitchell. There was no Isaiah Likely. There's no Pat Ricard. The offensive line had their struggles. The offense as a whole had their struggles, and they still put up 40 points in both games. So that, for offense, that works against Keaton Mitchell, and that works for everything that John Harbaugh has been saying. So it's a tricky conversation. Like, again, we want to see Keaton Mitchell out there, but the Baltimore Ravens, they still scoring a bunch of points without him. So I just don't know what's going to happen moving forward. So as we await some sort of answer with those 2 situations, we got a game tonight. Baltimore Ravens taking on the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football, and we are going to try to give these away yet again. Last time we tried to give them away, nobody got the winner of the game right, and nobody got the score right. So again, if you want these Raycon earbuds, they're purple too. Not Ravens purple, but they purple, so you can rep them with the jersey and whatnot. But if you want these Raycon everyday earbuds, then all you got to do is pick the winner of tonight's game and what the exact score is going to be, and put it in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, you got the notifications turned on, and you leave a like on the video, because it's very important that if you get it right, you can see me reply to your comments so you know that you are the winner. Let's get the predictions right, y'all. I know y'all got it. Somebody got to get it right. Come on now. I want these to be yours. I'm trying to give these away. Let's make it happen, baby. So now we made it to my favorite part of the videos where we get to hear from you. Send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com if you want to take part in it. Or if you want to show the channel a little extra support, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids and become a Team Keep It Clean patron. Now, let's get to the first question that came from a patron, my guy, Daniel. He said, hey, I'm watching the most recent video where you said it was the cutoff of questions before the Lions game. I thought it was going to be, but it ended up working out to where it's actually not. But here we go. He said, so hopefully this finds you after a big Ravens dub. I like that. And hopefully the Ravens take care of business tonight. He said, but how about something other than a football question? Are you an anime guy? If so, do you got any good recommendations? LOL. Hope all is well with you and the fam, and God bless. Hey, I appreciate you. I am not an anime guy. My son, he started getting into it, though. He loves Dragon Ball Z Kai, I think that's what it's called, and he will binge watch it just a lot. He loves the show, and he's really just started getting into it. But I guess I could suggest that one because he likes it. Next question came from my guy, Matt. He said, hey there, Ingraven, with the Joe Burrow injury news, it showed us an example of what could happen to Lamar Jackson with our offensive line. That turf toe injury is no joke. Oh, yeah, it's not. They're saying that whole 3-month window, that they saying that's an optimistic look at Joe Burrow. So it more realistically sounded like if the Bengals made the playoffs, then he could possibly return for a playoff run. But, like, you got to get back in the swing of things. And obviously, Joe Burrow knows the offense. He knows the team and whatnot. But it ain't looking good for Joe Burrow. It's really, really not for the rest of this season. In my opinion, I don't think he plays for the rest of this season. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. Anyway, he said some NFL legends had their careers ended because of turf toe injuries. Deion Sanders' case was especially severe. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous from not only this season, but beyond, too. And it's crazy, man. You feel for him. That's tough. That's really, really tough. But Joe Burrow, like, he's injury prone though, man. He's had a lot of injuries throughout his career, man. It sucks because Joe Burrow's nice, man. We know he's nice. I mean, we as Ravens fan, we definitely know he's nice, man. He be racking up those stats against us for sure. But it's tough, man. But anyway, continue. He said if Burrow is unlucky, his career might be over. If not, luckily for him, he's a pocket quarterback, so it shouldn't affect him too badly. No, but Joe Burrow be having a run too because the Bengals' offensive line, they ain't nothing either. They ain't been nothing either for a long time. So he be having to run around too, but if you can't, like, put weight on that foot, if that turf toe is messed up like that, and that changes that's not good at all. Not good at all. But anyway, he said, but if it was Lamar, though, that would have been a devastating injury. My question to you is, do you see EDC trading for a guard before the deadline or putting in Emory Jones to replace one of the guards later on in the season when he recovers? For Emory Jones, I think it would depend on when he came back. He obviously isn't back yet. Don't know when he's expected to return, if he's even expected to return this year. But I don't think they're going to just... all right, Emory Jones, you would take over as soon as you come back. No, he's a rookie, and I don't think that would be the case. I think that they would possibly, like, if they even go that route, I think that they would maybe try. There's Ben Cleveland, there's Corey Bullock. So they got some options of guys that they could try at the position. I mean, sort of like Daniel Falele last year. Daniel Falele was an experiment last year at right guard, and they loved him and they plugged him there, and that was it from there. But I don't know. I don't think that the Ravens, I don't think they're going to replace anybody, honestly. I don't. They got a couple different options of stuff that they could do, but I don't think they'll do it. Reason being because the way that they'll address it and the way that they'll, like, say, hey, our offensive line, yeah, they may have their struggles here and there, but we scored 40 points in both. And we'll see how they do tonight, of course. But they scored 40 points these first two games. And the offensive line had some rough moments throughout, but they still put up 40. So they probably look at it like that, like, hey, and it's a tough argument to go against because it's like, hey, if our offensive line was really that bad, you think we'd be able to score 40 points? So in the second game, it was 34 points because Roquan Smith, he got 7 of them. But still, they put up some numbers in the first two games. So it's like, it's a tough argument to go against. But obviously, when we look at every single play that the Baltimore Ravens do and we see Lamar Jackson having to run for his life all the time, then we like, hey, the offensive line could be a little bit better. But I don't think they're going to replace anybody. I think we just got to hope for the best and that everybody along the entire offensive line. They all improve. So even though Ronnie Stanley, he been doing his thing overall. I ain't heard nothing from Ronnie Stanley's side, but everybody else done had some rough moments throughout these first 2 games. But hopefully they can all get on one accord and all be on point. He said also, I know this is a little early, but which position do you think EDC would pick for his first rounder in the next draft? Maybe guard or edge or something else. I would say either guard first round. No, probably not first round, but first round interior defensive lineman because Travis Jones, unless they end up paying him. But if they don't pay, I would say interior defensive lineman. And then who knows what's going to happen with this Madubuike injury? That could make their decision for them too. Again, hopefully it's nothing career threatening, but again, with Harbaugh saying that they got more tests that they got to do, they got to just check for some difference. Like he don't even know what's going on yet. They don't even know what's going on yet. They don't know the specifics of what the injury is yet, and it's a neck injury too. Again, it's scary, man. That really is scary for Madubuike, man. It really is, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, based off of everything right here, right now, I would say interior defensive lineman for sure is super up there, high on the list. I can understand why you would say edge, Dafe Way, free agent, Kyle Vanoy going to be a free agent. So David Ajabo going to be a free agent. Hopefully all of them have big games tonight. Well, not Kyle Vanoy, he ain't going to be playing, but Dafe Way, David Ajabo, Mike Green, we see you, my friend. But yeah, so I would say along those lines for the first round draft pick next year. Next question came from Lashawn. Said, I wrote to you before. I know you get a lot of emails. We do, but hey, we asked for it though. We never want it to be where any of y'all feel like, oh, I don't want to send an email. I shouldn't send an email. I'm not gonna send. No, send it. And we try our best. It gets very, very crazy and it's very, very extremely hard. But we try our best to get to every single email. Sometimes, on rare occasions, we can't. But we certainly try. It's not for a lack of trying, because we really try, because I want everybody to feel welcome. I want everybody to be able to have a part in it. If you send an email, I want your question to be able to be read in a video, because y'all are important to me, man. Y'all really are. Y'all are very, very special, and I care about all of y'all, and I appreciate all of y'all. So I try my best. Sometimes, again, on rare occasions, it doesn't work out, but sometimes it doesn't work out. But we be trying for y'all, so I appreciate you. Anyway. Said, just want to say, hope all is well with you and your family. I love your channel. Tune in every chance I get. Now let's talk about my Ravens. Hey, I appreciate you doing that. Thank you. And real quick, the remote for this light, because and I just gotta share this with y'all. Shout out to Lashawn for allowing me to take part, interrupting your question real quick. But the remote for this light, it broke, so I gotta. It's like, oh, it's always something. It's always something. And then with our other mic, we just noticed, and I ain't even seen nobody say nothing about it, but maybe I missed it. I'm sure somebody probably said something. But we were listening back to some videos, and we started hearing like feedback from this mic that we just got. It's like, it's always something in this space. It's always something, man. And it can be so frustrating, but again, there's much more worse problems to have. But anyway, Lashawn, my apologies. Just had to get those things out. But anyway, said, last week's game was good. We started off shaky, but we got the win. Now, this week we played the Lions, which is a very good team. And in order to win this game, we cannot start off slow on both sides of the ball, and the Ravens know that. That's true. Ravens, we don't want them to get off to a slow start. If they did, which hopefully they don't, then hopefully the Lions would be starting off even slower. But we want Ravens to start off fast, really every game. We want Ravens to start off fast all the time. Obviously, it doesn't happen all the time, but we want them to start off fast every time so they could jump out to a big lead and keep on extending it and hold it down. So we'll see how the night goes. So we have to win this game and the next game to prove that we can beat great teams. I know we can get it done, but sometimes it looks like we can't. That's all for now. And hashtag go Ravens. And yeah, I can understand why you will say that, because, I mean, we've shown already that we can beat great teams, but you just got to do it consistently. Got to make it happen. This Detroit Lions team, they ain't no joke. They're really not. And they coming in at M&T Bank Stadium. We're going to be in that all black, so that should be fun. But it should be a good game, man. And hopefully it's a great game for the Baltimore Ravens, but a terrible game for the Detroit Lions. But then schedule don't get no easier, because next week, going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who the Ravens just have not been able to beat. Regular season, playoff, they just have not been able to beat the Chiefs. Only that one time in 2021, I think it was. But other than that, that's it. And that game literally took everything from the Ravens. It took everything and more for them to beat the Chiefs, but they got it done. But besides that, they have not been able to beat the Chiefs. It's so annoying, man. It is so annoying. And the game's been so close. Like obviously last year, the Isaiah Likely toes. I think Lamar's first game against them, it came right down to the wire, and that's when they got that big Tyreek Hill play on fourth and like forever. And then there was one time where we got whooped. I think it was 2020. I believe it was 2020 where we just got dog walked. But there was some other games too. They're just close. They're close games, but we just ain't been able to close it out against Kansas City. The LaShawn McCoy game where they were doing them little reverse screens and stuff, but they always be finding a way against us. It's been past time for us to find a way against them, man. It really, really is. It really is. So we'll see how it goes, but we got to take care of the Lions first. A new pair of glasses. Next question came from my guy Noah. He said, "What's up, Ingraven? What's happening, baby?" He said, "Hope the family is doing good, brother. First off, you have the best Ravens content out available for Ravens flock, and we got to run it up to 100K. That will be nice. One day, maybe we'll see, but we'll see. We'll see. I appreciate you though, man. I don't think we have the best content out there. I still think it's plenty of channels that are much better than ours, and I love it because we got so many options for Ravens content. There's never a lack of Ravens content like at all. If you're looking to hear something about the Baltimore Ravens, we got like a million options. But see, this is why I appreciate y'all so much. When I say I appreciate y'all, I'm not lying. I'm not just saying that to say it. I really do appreciate y'all because your time is extremely valuable. We got 24 hours every single day. A lot of those hours we spend sleeping. A lot of those hours we spend working. A lot of those hours we spend with our family, with our free time, with whatever. Just our time is extremely valuable. So when y'all come through and watch the videos and stuff, comment on the videos, like them, subscribe to the channel, have your notifications turned on like I hope you do. But when y'all come through, it means a lot because you're spending your quality time. So wherever you spend your quality time is something that is very valuable. So I appreciate y'all like crazy for that, for spending so much quality time with us every day. Every day. And again, a lot of us are going to be spending more quality time together later tonight while we watch the game. So I appreciate y'all, man. Anyway, continuing. He said, "Give my boy his plaque. And don't stop and take 2 minutes to tell us that." He's so annoying, man. He's so annoying, man. This is why I say, like, this is why we family, man. Cause y'all know me and I know y'all. We family. He said, and don't stop and take 2 minutes to tell us that you're not. LOL. Just take the compliment. I've been watching videos almost daily for 3 years, and your positivity is finally getting through. He said, "Watching the Keaton Mitchell video right now. What if the staff is just being cautious, bringing him back to the field for more snaps so we don't have a repeat of the issues that happened with J.K. Dobbins and David Ojabo?" Those are different issues, though, because, and again, what we were saying earlier, I think is, again, the Ravens team, they scored 40 points in the first two games, and he wasn't even out there. No record. So I think they're looking at it like that. Like, Keaton Mitchell is nice. He's a baller, but we don't need him right now. That's how I think they're looking at it. As far as J.K. Dobbins and David Ojabo, J.K. Dobbins is different with him because when he got hurt he got hurt in preseason, and he was never the same after that, ever. He got hurt in that preseason game and against the Commanders, and that was it for him from there for the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to him, he got a nice touchdown yesterday. But yeah, and with David Ojabo, he was hurt in the combine, right? I think it was the combine. So neither injury happened during the season. So I think I don't really think those two have anything to do with it. But anyway, here we go. He said they came back according to the medical schedule, then were injured again after starting. See, I should have kept reading. I'm over here running my mouth. I should have kept reading to see what he was going to say because he explained it. But yeah, they came back according to the medical schedule, then were injured again after starting. And I think with J.K. Dobbins, though, when he first came back, I think it was that Patriots game, you could see that bone just hanging out of his leg, and then he ended up having to get another surgery. So obviously they didn't get it right. And that's why they hired Adrian Dixon years ago. He came from the Titans medical staff, and he specialized in recovery and proper recovery. And ever since they hired him, things have been so much better on the injury front for the Baltimore Ravens. And they obviously got rid of Steve Saunders. They went their separate ways and mutual, whatever it was. But They revamped their whole strength and conditioning team. They revamped their whole medical staff. They revamped all of them, and things have been so much better for the Baltimore Ravens ever since, especially when it comes to recovery. They do not rush anybody. Me, I was here thinking, oh, yeah, for sure, Isaiah Likely. Oh, he started practicing the week before last a little bit, and then he was ramping up his activity. Then he was practicing this week. He was limited, but still, I was like, oh, yeah, Isaiah Likely coming back for that Detroit Lions Monday Night Football game. Let's go. Nope. He ain't coming back for the Monday Night Football game against the Lions. So, yeah, so the Ravens, they've been taking their time ever since they did that stuff. But with David Ajabo, he didn't get he did get he had something. I think he had to get some type of surgery done because he did come back his rookie year. But I forgot what happened after that. But anyway, he said they have a lot of data from the experiences they've had with drafting quite a few injured players, something I wasn't a fan of. And I think EDC has learned a lot from those situations over the years, and I think we saw evidence of that in this year's draft. In fact, he mentioned it a few times on the lounge. EDC has built one of the most solid rosters in the NFL from a talent perspective, and I think the mindset has changed compared to the last few years, starting with this offseason and the drafts, like Mike Green. But that's neither hither nor thither. What if Keaton's plays are designed to have Ricard or Likely in certain spots to roll coverage to one side of the field? That's an interesting way to put it, too. But at the same time, with that, are you limiting Are you limiting Keaton Mitchell to just when Isaiah Likely and Ricard are out there? Do you not have an offensive coordinator that's capable of drawing up stuff for Keaton Mitchell with Mark Andrews or Charlie Kohler? Or like, do you get what I'm saying? Like that would, if that was the case, that would be a very bad look on Harbaugh and Todd Monken and them. That would show that they are not capable, which I know they are. But if that was the case, that would show that they weren't capable of drawing up plays for Keaton Mitchell that don't involve Isaiah Likely, that don't involve Pat Ricard. So that'd be a real bad look for them, which I don't think is the case. He said, also remember that Keaton Mitchell's father is a Raven, so that may be a factor in why they are being a little more cautious with the snaps right now. The Mitchells are part of the Ravens family, and that means a little more. Personally, I'm giving them some grace with the decision. Have a great week, my brother. I understand why, and I get that. That's exactly what we were saying earlier with Harbaugh, that he with Keaton Mitchell, again, with the Ravens offense, they've been doing fine without him, so I think that's how the Baltimore Ravens are looking at it. He said, grace is what matters in anything, especially life, especially growth, tragedy, pain, love, and death. And that's from Maya Angelou. Hey, shout out to you, Noah. I appreciate you, my friend. And on that note, I will see you all in our live stream tonight for the Detroit Lions versus Baltimore Ravens from M&T Bank State. Well, we're not going to be there. I know a lot of y'all are going to be there, but we'll see you in the live stream. The link is down below in the description. I'll have it as a video right here, too, so you know exactly where to go.